Yeah, basically, I wanted to watch this video on stream because I wanted to see if there's like any input I could add to it. But with that being said, let's
Hello
watch it.
everyone, Dynamode here.
Also,
Yes,
I'm recording this, so for the YouTube version, make sure y'all pop out to my streams. I do them every weekday from 6 to 9 ish, because sometimes I'll be lacking. But just follow my Instagram. I'll post whenever I go live, or link down in the description. Follow my Discord.
you read the title right. This is something that's been on my mind for quite some time. Before I go any further, I just want to say that I am not attacking, blaming, or belittling anyone or anything.
Bro, we don't give a fuck. We're all adults here. We're all adults here, bro. Cause like I understand you gotta give your disclaimers because some people are fucking jackasses, but I hope my audience is jackass free.
Quality for black women, Western gaming developers and publishers. You guys are so far behind compared to Japanese developers, and that's
What?
disappointing.
What?
I noticed a
Excuse
huge
me?
disparity how they are portrayed between those regions. Japanese gaming developers, they design black female characters to be more feminine, colorful, stylized, and sexy, who are often
My nigga, all four of these characters are literally built the same. Thin black woman with thick ass fucking braids. They literally all four of these women are the same build. Like they don't look the same, granted, but they're all built the same. They all have the same build. What the fuck are you talking about?
seen as celebrated and appreciated. While on the other side, the majority, not all, just the majority, of Western gaming developers and publishers often
Fair.
design this demographic to be more
I'm saying fair in terms of him saying the majority, because usually whenever you use blanket statements, you're talking about the majority. But I understand some people are dumbasses who can't differentiate.
masculine, dull, conservative, and safe.
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear
Graphic
his
to be
whole
more
statement.
masculine, dull, conservative, and safe. Now, as crazy as it may sound, I began to
I feel like this is going down a weird path. Because did you just say Western developers tend to develop their black women in their games more masculine? The fuck does that even mean? You know what? Let me hear him out. Maybe this is one of those times where he has a point that you actually got to listen to him and see what he's saying to understand. Maybe he just started off on a bad foot.
recognize this as a pattern when video games became more popular and mainstream throughout the years, and why I view Japanese developers who are always being more creative and experimenting when it comes to designing this demographic. What I'm about to show you is based on my experience and observation that I like to share, so you'll understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Because I can't like speak for everybody, but not everybody has a wide range of experience in something as super specific as Western Black or Western African American semantics video game characters. So you know what? He's saying it's based off his experience, so I can let that slide because what you experience in reality are always gonna be two different things.
Say, this all started when I was playing Apex Legends, a free-to-play battle royale shooter game with a diverse
Wait, hold up. Who makes Apex again? I think that's I oh Respawn. Respawn Entertainment. Okay, where are they based at? Respawn. Okay, they're an American video game company. You said most of the black women are usually masculine, but Lifeline is in that game and she's not masculine. So like maybe he adjusted that.
cast of characters. Every new season, they come out with a new playable character. Some good, some bad, others are
Oh,
mixed.
wait. No, wait. Rampart. I'm looking at the PFP, so because these are like black facial features on Rampart's design, but I don't know if her character is actually black. And I know some people find it debatable. Oh, Spanish is not black, but to me, Loba's a black female character that's designed feminine. So who was I looking at? RAMPARN. I be finding it annoying when people talk when they type, but I be doing it only when I'm on stream though. Of course, it shows me this unknown what the fuck character. Yeah, am I bugging? Is that not a black? Is that not a black woman? Okay, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's a black woman right there, and she's designed feminine.
But then I
So
began to
this game has 4 black women in it. Actually, who the fuck is Mad Maggie and who's Vantage? Because I don't play Apex like that. So let me look that up. Man, and I understand this is one studio, so it might be a little bit biased, but still, I don't know. She could just be dirty. Like she could just be a white character, but because of like the lighting and stuff like that, she could be dirty. So I don't know. So it was Mad Maggie. And what was the name of the other chick? Vantage. And I'm not trying to shoot down his points or anything. I'm just trying to see. Okay, Vantage. She looks like she's like Native American. Could be. I don't know. It's kind of ambiguous. Native American, Samoan, something like
notice
that.
a pattern. There is this weird portrayal of light-skinned women who are more feminine versus dark-skinned women who are more masculine.
What?
Women who are more feminine. Notice a pattern. There is this weird. Others are mixed. But then I began to notice a pattern. There is this weird
Dark skinned Jamaican.
portrayal of light-skinned women who are more feminine versus dark-skinned women who are more
Dark skinned woman.
masculine. May sound kind of odd to you, but let me show you
Medium, like brown skinned woman.
why. If you line up all the dark-skinned girls in this game, notice all of them. They are either butch
Okay, so she is black. Dark skinned woman. What are you talking about?
or tomboyish, and they all have broad, polygonal designs, and their attitudes are very assertive and aggressive. Crazy, right?
What the fuck are you talking about? There's literally no light skinned characters in this game. Like, bro, let's look at a picture of Loba real quick. And whether you believe Loba is black or is black or Hispanic, that don't look like no light skin to me. I don't know about you, but that don't look like no light skin to me. Like nigga, this don't look light skin. She's staying like if she was light skin, her skin tone would be close to this. She's clearly a brown skin or higher, like my skin tone or higher. I have my lighting on, but like I'm not a dark skin. I'm what you call brown skin. I'm medium brown. She is not no damn dark skin. Like if I was to get proper lighting and light myself up, this is about the color I would look, like a golden brown. Like even when I turn my arm upside down and you look at this part, you can see like a more golden brown. So she's not light skin, she's medium skin. So I don't know about that one, buddy. I think you're reaching for the stars.
Now, if you compare that to their light-skinned girls, are here.
She's white. What the fuck you mean light skin? And she's brown skin. So
Notice their features. They have elegant facial structures with bright eyes.
is this nigga comparing white characters to black what? I thought this was supposed to be about black characters, bro. Why are you bringing these people up? Like white blonde haired people? Like my nigga. What? Like what the fuck is your point? You're bringing up white characters in a conversation about black characters in an irrelevant manner. Like this is like how the white characters are portrayed is irrelevant to how the black characters are portrayed in this specific topical point, because you're saying, oh, the white characters have soft facial features while the black characters have more aggressive features, when that's not true. Because Loba and Lifeline, both of their abilities are both to be nice, kind characters that help people. Like that's literally their. Well, I mean, Loba's also a thief, but her ability is dead ass a pillar that comes out the sky that offers supplies that you and your teammates make, and then Lifeline's a literal doctor, nurse type character. So I don't know. It feels like you're reaching for the stars, my nigga.
Curvaceous bodies from waist to hip, and it's easily shown here. Overall, their attitudes
Wait,
are
whoa, did you bring in curves?
bodies from waist. They have elegant facial structures with bright eyes. Curvaceous bodies from
Nigga, why did you show Gibraltar? Are you just trying to say that all the black women in this game act like men?
waist to hip, and it's easily shown here. Overall, their attitudes are more womanly. But wait a minute, some of you may argue, what about Loba? Is she not dark skinned too?
Yeah. And why? And again, This side has seen nothing but white characters, and on this side you flashed male characters. Like what?
Well then, if you want me to bring up this sophisticated color chart right here, let's see where this character lands. Don't you all find
I'm about to cut this shit off. I'm really about to cut this shit off, bro. There's no way you dead ass brought up a Family Guy meme, which actually doesn't work in your favor because she lands on the not okay part, my nigga. If you really wanna get technical, she lands on the not okay part. So why are you even bringing up this meme that just undermines your own point?
that kind of suspicious? It's not just me, is it? Okay, I'm gonna
No, nigga, it's just you. You're by yourself on this one, pal. We do not agree with you. On behalf of the black community, what the fuck are you talking about?
backpedal real quick. I can hear some of you say, Dynamo, you're just nitpicking. That's just a coincidence. Okay then, let me
No, nigga, that's not a coincidence. You're drawing drawing points out of thin air. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
bring up another game. Mortal Kombat X. The character,
Oh, you're talking. I swear to God. So let me check this grab. Let me predict what he's about to say. Jackie Briggs acts masculine. Yeah, no shit. Like, do you know who her father is, nigga?
Jackie Briggs. All she has is military fatigues and combat boots. And her design is most dull and boring compared to every other character in the game.
What? I know you, bro. Half of the cast in Mortal Kombat X, half of the cast, their aesthetic is military man or military woman. Because Mortal Kombat X, I love that game and I have a lot of hours on that game. So, like, no, not one, but I have a lot of hours on that game. So, this game, I may not have played it competitively or nothing like that, but I know this game inside and out, right? So let me point out every character on this cast that was military. All the normal people characters were all military. So military man, even though they was a cowboy military man, military woman, military man, who else? Where's the other normal characters? Military man, military woman, and I think that's all the normal people, but yeah, that is. All the normal people characters are military man or military women. Why? For the simple fact that to be able to fight these people who are freaking trained by gods and stuff like that, you have to have some type of advanced training. Who's most likely to have that? Military personnel. So like, why? Like, this makes sense within the context of the story. What are you like, bro? What are you talking about? You know what this sounds like? This sounds like why are all these bitches ugly type of argument, because like that's what I call it. Because I'm not saying that's what it is, because we're only halfway through the video. I'll let the video play before I fully throw that label onto somebody, to be fair. But remember that argument that some dude made with on Twitter, the argument he made with Alloy on why do women in video games look unrealistic, and basically he put a bunch of makeup and on Alloy, edited a bunch of makeup on Alloy's face, and the whole internet was up his ass because he said something stupid. That's what I feel like this is going to be. I feel like this is going to be I'm not sexually attracted to this character, so they don't really look like how they look in real life, when it's like, no. Have you seen how they look in real life? Cuz what you're describing they don't look like is what more often they do look like.
Now we have another game, one of my favorites, Uncharted, an action adventure title. There's this
I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, bro. There's no way on my soul. First off, I just realized I got my extra light on. On my soul, yo, if he says that this character was masculine, on my soul, I might have to cut this video off. Cause like like, even if you strip away the context of this game, this is a very, 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 very feminine character, bro. Very feminine character. On my soul, I might cut this shit off.
this character named Nadine Ross, and her personality.
I said
she's shown to
Natalia,
be
Nadine.
hyper-aggressive and portraying strong masculine traits.
No, I'm cutting this shit off. I'm cutting this shit off. I'm cutting this shit off. There's no way you played that game. I'm cutting this shit off. Anybody who played that game knows. Anybody who played that game can recognize that she had very, very, very strong feminine features. I'ma just chalk this up to that nigga doesn't know what they talking about, what he's talking about, bro. You know what? Let me watch the full video so that I can say what I want to say
Hello
and
everyone,
not have to worry
Dynamo
about
here.
looking like a
Yes,
dumbass because I didn't watch the full video. On my
the
soul,
issue
there's
with
no
Western
way you called Nadine masculine. On my soul. Cause like what I'm noticing is that any character that has aggression to you is just a masculine character. Like, bro, you know that women can be aggressive too, right? Like being feminine isn't just walking around with a basket full of candy all day going la 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 la, everything's nice. Like, bro, women can get angry too. They have emotions too, my nigga. Like what the fuck is your argument? Because if your argument is that they're aggressive, so that means that they're masculine, that's a terrible argument. That's like one of the worst arguments I've heard in a very long time for anything. That aggressive equals masculine, because that's not true. Women can get angry too.
developers and publishers is that they confine black women in a small box, giving them the most common
No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. Your view confines them in a small box.
attributes like large muscular frames, militarized personas, and short hair.
You picked all characters from combat games and you're upset that these are all combat characters. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you seen a fat nigga in a video game as the star of a combat video game? Because I can't tell you when's the last time I see that. Because if we start looking at body types in video games for males, you'll start to see the same trends and tropes. Because you're picking, because I don't know what game in this lower corner, but this is either Payday or what's that cyber game? Damn. Watch Dogs, that's what it is. So this is either Payday or Watch Dogs. That's a combat game. This is Overwatch. That's a combat game. Apex, this is a combat game. And I believe, but I'm not sure, this is Mass Effect. It could be Halo because of this little element. So these are all, and this just going by the gun and the whole police get up. You picked a bunch of combat game characters from a similar genre that have a similar role that are likely to have a similar body and personality type by way of likelihood of what they're doing, and you said all these characters are the same. Well, no shit. If I pick 6 characters from 6 different fighting games and I pick the martial artist character, it's a good chance I'm gonna have 3 Bruce Lee characters, maybe 5. So like you can't pick characters that would likely fall into the same archetype and be like, why are they all in similar archetypes? When number one, they're not, but number two, in this example where they are, you picked all combat people. I'm not gonna see somebody who's extremely overweight. I'm not gonna see somebody who's extremely skinny in none of these types of roles. And honestly, arguably, I would say that these roles are very diverse and accurate of how black women in real life look. Well, maybe except that one because of like the robot parts. But like I know black women in real life that have dreads. I know black women in real life that don't have any hair. Maybe they shaved it bald because of like medical reasons, or maybe they just like their hair really that short because they don't like dealing with doing their hair all the time and stuff like that. I know black women in real life that got this cut. Like all of these look like, except like I said, the obvious one, realistic black women. And even this, like within the aesthetic, she looks like how a black woman would look if she really lived in that aesthetic. So like i'm I'm struggling to figure out how your point makes sense, because like your point, I don't know what's the term for it, but to reiterate, your point is basically you picked a bunch of examples and said, see, they're all the same, but the explanation for the examples are your point and the examples you picked to illustrate your point were terribly chosen. I won't say go so far as say they're cherry picked, but like you chose terribly. You really chose terribly. Now, if you picked a character from uh let's say a cooking game, let's say a black character from a cooking game, and they still fit this archetype, Okay, then at that point you may have some type of argument. If you picked a character from, let's say, I don't know, what's a non-combat kind of game? Let's say a story-based game, like one of those visual novel games like Life is Strange or something like that. If you picked a character from that type of game and they was still like a butch masculine type of character, okay, that makes sense. But you picked all the same type of game and said, I don't like that I'm seeing the same type of character. Again, duh. If I walk into a pasta restaurant, I'm not gonna get mad that they got 18 different types of pasta on the menu and one kind of non-pasta dish. I'm at a pasta restaurant. Like, what else do you expect, bro? You expect them to have premium chicken dishes? No, it's a pasta restaurant, dummy.
For comparison's sake, let me show you what the Japanese gaming industry has
Again, all four of these characters, they look different, but they have the same build. Braids, fit built, skinny side.
done for black female characters. Examples are Sheva Alamore from Resident Evil 5, Dolores from King of Fighters 15.
So the aggressiveness point just goes out the window? Because like she's literally toting around a gun. Like her, like he said, I don't know what Resident Evil she's from. I heard him say Resident Evil. That's on my fault. But last time I checked, in order to be in a game where you shoot zombies, you need some sense or sort of aggression. So we'll just ignore the aggressiveness point on that one. And for a fighting game, I guess you could peacefully fight niggas now.
Master Raven from Tekken 7, Shinobu
I guess you could peacefully fight niggas now.
Jacobs from No More Heroes, Simone from Cannon Spike, Gracie from Fighting Vipers, Darlie Dagger from Samurai Showdown. Though some people are gonna oppose to that and say, wait a minute, isn't Darlie physically imposing with all of her muscles? Well, yes, that is true, but let's not forget,
What?
Darlie is not afraid to show some skin. She fights in a bikini. And finally, the most recent character is Kimberly.
What the fuck does her in a bikini have to do with anything? The other characters you showed that weren't in bikinis, are they less feminine because they're not showing their ass all the time? Like sometimes I watch videos like this and I hear the points they say and I think, damn, like do they not like listen to these videos before they release them? Because like you sound off your rocker this whole video, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this
The
was gonna
urban
be
meme
a video that created like some good conversation, but like most of this video is just me saying like you don't make any sense, bro, because a lot of what you said doesn't make any sense.
ninja that uses spray cans as tools and weapons. As you can see, they all look very different from each other. None of them follow a certain theme at all.
That's because you picked characters from extremely diverse games, motherfucker. You picked a couple characters from fighting games, which by the way, fighting games in terms of character design usually have a far wider range of designs for the characters because a lot of the time you have wacky fighting games. The characters you showed, excuse me, for most of this video in terms of argument for black western characters were all military shoot 'em up bang bang combat games and then Mortal Kombat. But in the context of Mortal Kombat, I could reasonably throw out that character as your evidence because, like I said, all of the normal human characters in that game from Earthrealm were military people because, like I said, that whole explanation, you could go run it back. So, within the context of her specific game, it makes sense why she is the way she is. And if you want to get technical, when was this released? This was released a year ago. Mortal Kombat 11 was released. Let's look at her Mortal Kombat 11 design. Her Mortal Kombat 11 design. Wait, hold up. Is there a better picture where you can see the full costume? Or that's even an example. This looks nothing like a military woman design. This barely look like you're reaching for the stars if you say this reaches and fits that military woman design, or that this is a bland costume. Like her Mortal Kombat 11 costume looks way more diverse than this, and like I said, there's an explanation for why this costume looks the way it looks. So like, or even that, this is another costume from that game. This not to It could be debated, but to me, this doesn't look like military woman attire. This is a very diverse costume, or even the Spawn costume that they gave her. So, like, yeah.
One could argue that the commonality with these Japanese influenced design characters is that they simply transfer their own culture onto said characters. Inherently, there's
What?
nothing wrong with that because at least they are willing to try and experiment and think outside the box, giving them extra flair and personality, thereby making them distinguishable from one another. Plus, look at their hairstyles. They give them hair. Wonderful hair. Why is that so damn hard? Look,
I'm not gonna lie. In terms of hair on video on black characters, like that's just I don't know why, but that's just difficult for all video game developers. So to put like good or realistic looking hair on black characters, I can always commend that. So like that is an actually reasonable point.
I'm not mad at Western developers and
And
publishers.
also, I just thought about it. When he mentioned hair, he didn't talk about how the other characters and how the characters in the one earlier where he said they were all butch and masculine, like these characters that he showed earlier all had
But wait a
different
minute.
styles
Some
of
of you
hair. That's a sideways ponytail, which if I'm assuming correctly, her and her not religion, what am I looking for? And her culture, that's a different type of
may argue,
hairstyle.
what about
That's a
Loba?
different type of
Is she not
hairstyle.
dark skinned too? Well then, if you want me to
Loba
be
had the double ponytail. Where is it? She has this cut, which is a different cut that I actually commonly see on black women. That one, you can argue that. You can argue that. So like this hair point, I now that I think about it, I almost gave you that, but like on this one, I noticed a commonality for a lot of them is just long hair.
look, I'm not
I could have gave you that point, but mm, it's it's an inconsistency right there that's too prevalent that I just realized that I can't give you that, my boy. I cannot.
mad at Western developers and publishers. I'm just more so disappointed in their ways of choosing the safe route for black women, and therefore almost all of them look
I don't know what the fuck you mean by safe route. Please explain to me. Like, please explain. I hope in these next few sentences he explains what he means by safe route, because I do not know what part of a masculine woman, black, white, or whatever, just making a masculine female character is safe. Because and no Western Americanized culture are masculine black women widely and commonly accepted. So I don't know what the hell makes you think that that's a safe bet to choose. I could be tripping, but I don't know. I'm just saying what I see. Not does that mean they're unacceptable? No. But going by general consensus and going by my personal consensus, you can see where the issues arise of one versus over a million.
alike. Again, I said it before. They look dull, boring, conservative, and safe. You gotta think
To you. To you. They look dull, boring, and conservative and safe to you.
outside the box, man. And when I say that, not all Western developers are like that. There's hope out there. Some of them like to design
Okay,
beautiful
talk
black
about
women.
that.
You just don't see it as often. For example, there's this game called Deathloop, beautiful girl named Juliana.
Okay.
There's also this game called Redfall, starring Layla. And there's also the upcoming character, I forgot her name, from Forspoken.
Woo! While I don't think Forspoken was the worst game in the world, she was a punching bag, bro.
And finally, another character is Nilin from Remember Me.
You want to know what's one thing I also want to point out? You notice how when he picked games from different genre types and different subculture types, that the hairstyles and the body shape changed up a little bit more. Still, No black woman on the bigger side, whether it be like extremely muscular. I'm not talking about does a couple push-ups. I'm talking about like bodybuilder muscular or fat black women. But you know, progress is progress.
I'm just kind of confused at why does most black women from Western developed video games are not seen as often as compared to Japanese, who are more distinct, stylized, colorful, and sexy. Anyways,
Emphasis on the word sexy, because I think most of this is just your sexual appeal to these characters, which there's a whole bigger conversation to unpack there that I don't have enough mental brain power currently to unpack.
thank you all for watching. Dynamo out.
Okay, with this video, what I mostly want to say is
Hello everyone.
with this video, he should really redo it.
At R.I.P.
And
Visit
when he,
channel.com/.
if you ever see this video, I'm gonna act like you're watching this video and you're listening to my critiques. I want to make it clear that like my whole goal wasn't to harp on this video. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be like more interesting and more diverse conversation points that were just condensed and collapsed into like shorter segments and stuff like that. That's why I assumed the originally assumed the video was so short. But I think what he did in this video was do a disservice to it, because again, the point I keep bringing up is he mostly brung up black women for Western. He basically said, why is it in FPS games black women look like this? And then he mentioned one fighting game character for black women, and that when you started mentioning characters from different genre types and stuff like that, you gave a more broad range of characters designs. Again, no fat black women, but that's a whole nother cultural thing that really doesn't apply to your statement too much. So like, if you were to when because I hope you do, when you do redo this video, I would like for you to more so like give a more diverse range, and B, talk about like more the history of it, because like the history and the genres and stuff like that you talk about impacted a lot. So I would like you to reach into and categorize stuff by different genres, because fighting games, even though you did give one fighting game example, fighting games usually give leeway for more crazy, more fun, wild, out there designs. And like, please acknowledge that not all black women just have long hair and try to look sexually appealing all the time. There are black women that, surprise, surprise, put clothes on. Also, another point, aggression does not equal masculinity. Those are two separate things. There is a such thing as being aggressive and feminine and being aggressive and masculine. Aggression is not tied to masculinity or femininity. Aggression is just an emotion, well, not an emotion, is a state of mind that one can enter regardless of their gender identity, sexuality, blah 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 blah. Add a bunch of unnecessary adjectives here. So like, I really want you to go over that. And like, I get in this part, for example, like I get you were memeing, but come on, bro. If you're gonna use memes, A, don't do it in a counterproductive way, which is what you did there. And B, try and make them make sense within a context of what you're talking about. Cause memes are comedy, and comedy often mirrors reality, right? If you're going to use that, you have to touch on how, like, I'm not gonna say you have to do a 1,000-page thesis on how those memes connect to reality, but you have to make it clear what connection within a context of what you're talking about that meme encapsulates and what it means. Because like, if you don't do that, then it just makes it seems like you're trying to use memes as evidence, which I understand that wasn't what you were trying to do. But if I didn't know any better, it would look like you were just trying to sit here and use memes as evidence. All in all, I would say this video should be a good starting point, learning lesson for you to see the flaws in your particular argument. Because like, I don't think that there's a lack of a conversation within this topic. Also, you should change Japanese to Eastern to, you know, like put a bigger blanket so that you have more to talk about and you have more to reach from. Because Western versus Japanese really is just American versus Japanese. So you could put Western. What you could do to make the title more enticing is do either American versus Japanese and like encapsulate it to just those two major cultures within gaming. Because To be honest, when it comes to gaming, the two major cultures are American and Japanese. Or you can just say Eastern versus Western if you want to get more broad. But if you want to be very specific so that you don't have a 30-year long video, specify American versus Japanese, number one. And number two, again, I'm going to say it again and again and again. Please pick from different types of fighting games. And please understand that part of a character's visual design is how they are in the story. So you also, I'm not saying you got to give, again, I'm not saying you got to give a thesis, but you should also explain why they are the way they are. Cause like most of this argument to me from what I'm seeing just sounds like, why is it whenever I play American games the black characters aren't sex? Yeah,
Some of them like to design beautiful black
I'm in the
characters.
middle of
We
something.
just don't see it as often. For example, there's this game called
Huh?
Deathloop, beautiful girl named Juliana.
Say again.
Also, there's a game called Redfall,
Say again.
starring Layla, and there's also the upcoming character. I forgot her name from.
1 second. I'm in the middle of something. One
Main
second.
character is Nilin from Remember Me. I'm just kind of confused.
But
Why
like I was saying, most of it to me seems like
Western
you're saying
video games
I'm not
do not
sexually
see it as
attracted
often
to these
as
characters,
using
so they don't look real.
or
Which to
being
me,
stylized.
it's a video game, so like
Anyways,
that's kind of
I
weird,
appreciate
bro.
you guys.
But
Peace out.
I mean, you can have your preferences or whatever, but like you shouldn't let your preferences bias your
Yes,
point of
we
view
did
that
break
hard to where
this
like you're
game
saying
down
stuff
for
that like
quite some time.
doesn't make sense.
If
And
you're
like
getting
if
hurt,
this is an opinion
just
piece,
make
maybe
sure
I'll
you're
skip
not
past that.
disrespecting
This is an
or
opinion
anything
piece.
or belittling
Please state
anyone
that
or anything
because like
like interest groups
from the
or
title and from the way that you gave a
just
disclaimer,
because they feel
it
like
sounds like you're
it's
talking
okay.
about this in a
Anyways,
factual
that's all I
manner.
have to say.
So like I
Next topic
really
for the video
am
is this.
taking your statements for face value
Quality over
instead
quantity,
of
not quantity
opinion
over
value. So I
quality.
really don't know like
Anyways,
what you're
Western
talking
gaming
about, so
developers
to
and
speak.
publishers, you guys are so far behind compared to Japanese
And with
developers,
that being
and that's
said,
disappointing.
yeah.
I noticed a huge disparity how they are portrayed between those two
Oh,
countries.
oh, give me like
Japanese gaming developers
give me 2 seconds.
use
Give me two
stylish anime
seconds.
characters to be more feminine, colorful, stylized, and sexy, who are often seen
Man,
as
let me
celebrated
get
and
up and go
appreciated.
see what's up to this
While on the
person
other
because I ain't
side,
never
the
going.
majority